Hey guys, welcome to Worlds Collide. I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And this is our weekly recap for The Flash. This episode was episode 21 of season 2, The Runaway Dinosaur. This was a big episode for a couple reasons. One, because Barry died last episode, or so we thought. And Kevin Smith directed this episode, who became a huge Flash fan not too long ago and got the opportunity to direct it. So this was a big episode overall. Score?
It's not firmly at an 8.
Okay, I give it a little bit more.
Okay.
8.5. I really like this episode.
Well, I mean, this episode was definitely like a story builder. It was definitely emotional, and it closed some ties, like the whole like Barry and what's her name, his girlfriend.
Iris. Yeah.
It closed that loophole a little bit of them finally kind of like saying it to each other.
Yeah, having him inside the Speed Force was really cool to see. And like, you know what? I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It came out years ago. It's called Contact with Jodie Foster, about the aliens who first. And then when she goes through the portal, they're like, "Oh, we wanted you to feel comfortable."
They took the form of her father or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. That's exactly what the Speed Force did in this episode.
See, I love the idea of the Speed Force. Like, I think in the comics, the Speed Force was like a dimension.
Yeah.
And then like it was like that whole little like. I forgot what movie it was, but it was like where the stairs go up, but you could be coming down the stairs the wrong way or some shit.
I don't. That's crazy.
I think it was. I don't know. Anyway, so like I had an idea of the Speed Force, and this idea of the Speed Force is a little bit different. I'm not against it. I just was kind of like.
Yeah, I didn't mind it in this form.
Yeah, and I just kind of was weirded out that the Speed Force was an actual person or an actual entity.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And like I'm okay with that. It just it felt a little weird, but it was still cool.
One of the cool things I really liked about this episode was the emotional ties. I know Kevin Smith said before the episode aired that it felt like a spiritual successor to the season finale, and that season finale was so like heart-wrenchingly good.
Yeah,
I mean, like it was like misty-eyed, like everybody. I was crying because it was so well done. This definitely felt kind of like that next chapter and kind of what Barry needed to have happen to him to now.
It gave him the confidence.
Yeah, because especially with the way that the episode ended with Zoom, and we'll get to that. We've got 2 episodes left before the finale. So
I felt like this episode definitely delivered in terms of hey, this is the home stretch. This is the episode before everything hits the fan. This is the episode where basically the next 2 episodes are continuations.
Yeah, this is we're gonna hit that finale point. I like seeing Joe, Iris, and his dad as the Speed Force. As he kept running through the different spots throughout. I love the callback when he found Iris and he's the Speed Force like, you remember this spot?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's where we first kissed, but you don't know that because you're not Iris, and that technically didn't happen. So
I think the most emotional part is when he took the form of his mother.
Oh man!
And it really got to Barry, even though Barry knew it wasn't his mother. He goes, "It doesn't mean she's not seeing this."
Right.
So
yeah,
I think that was really emotional.
Him reading the Runaway Dinosaur or reciting it because obviously that book meant so much to him as a kid. And how that book played into it before his mother's death. Like, that was really, really, really... Yeah. The dramatic stuff for this episode, Grant Gustin, again, killed it. He's serious. I think when they first announced him way back when, everyone's like, oh, the guy from Glee. And, it was just kind of like, wasn't sure. But, like, he has so proven himself. Like, he is incredible. Grant Gustin... Yes.
I would say the only negative thing about this episode is the metahuman of the week.
Exactly where I was going.
Yeah, so, like... When they reanimated him, I was not really on board. It
was for having such a dramatic side of it. The other end of the spectrum was really goofy.
It's like they needed that.
And I don't know.
Metahuman.
And I don't know if it was the writer that saw that, or if it maybe Kevin Smith added his take on it. But it was like literally, it was like 2 ends of the spectrum. We've got the dramatic, the very serious part of this episode, and we got literally all the way to goofy. Yeah. I mean, Cisco and Harry running around the lab was serious. Like, I felt like I was watching Scooby Doo.
I loved when Flash came back and Cisco was like, "Oh, I'm glad you're here, Barry, because we're gonna die."
Yeah, and he's like, "What?" The fallout from Jesse and Wally getting hit by the particle accelerator. Looks like nothing happened to Wally at this point. Joe tried to see if maybe he was affected by it and Wally seems okay right now.
But Jesse,
On the other hand,
somehow Flash or Grant Gustin knew to touch her, and he's like, I don't know, it's like the Speed Force was talking to me.
Yeah.
So she might be the speedster of Earth 2.
Yeah.
Like, I keep hearing people talk about, oh, the show might be too stuffed with speedsters. You know what I would love to see is, I would love to see, even if it was including his Joe's son, Wally, I would love to see all three of them, and we'll get to the end of the episode, but where the end of the episode leaves off, I would love to see all three of them handling that situation.
Yeah, that would be great.
Even for 2 episodes, that doesn't make me feel like we've had enough of Flash. It would be cool to have a little team up of the last 2 episodes, and then, of course, Jesse goes to Earth 2, Wally, I mean, that'd be a different situation.
There could be so much. I mean, even if Wally leaves and goes to another city, and he shows up every now and again. I mean, he has been working these past few episodes to really build himself up as he idolizes the Flash. The Flash saved him, and he's like, I want to do more. I need to do more,
which is a good thing,
which I love. So I mean, even if he decides to leave and he was only here for this season and shows up every so often, I'm totally fine with that. So the reanimated corpse of, I think I want to say Tony. I don't know if that was his name. The bully, who it was all right. It was just, like I said, it was really kind of goofy. And I mean,
which I disagreed when they killed him, but they brought him back and they killed him again. But
just overall with him?
Yeah, with him.
I mean, I guess they needed something for them to do while Barry was doing his stuff.
I just felt like you said, it feels like it was lazy.
Yeah,
they could have found something way better.
Yeah, but lately, like I said, I don't know if this is the writer or Kevin Smith, because lately Kevin Smith has been doing a lot of the stuff that he likes to do, which I'm not faulting. Like, you should be doing the things you love and not doing for other people. So maybe he had this idea. Well, what if we did this? I don't know if it was the writer or if it was him. Either way, it wasn't the strongest part of the episode.
I like how they had that Jay cameo, Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. He's like, oh, yeah, that's my car. He's like, that's my mom's car. That was awesome. So episode ends where Barry goes to see his mom. Totally, for me, reminded me of the beginning of Flashpoint Paradox, the movie where him and Iris are there visiting the gravesite, which was really cool. Barry turns to Iris and says, look, I've changed. I see things differently. I feel like we have this future together. I'm not going to deny it. And then they don't kiss. What the hell? Why?
So maybe they're saving it for the last episode.
What are you saving it for, man?
I'm going to laugh if it's like Flashpoint Paradox where he goes back in time by the end of the episode and none of that ever happened. Jeez,
not again, man. They did it last time.
But let's just move on to the final.
So the end credit scene, we finally see Zoom and Caitlin hanging out at the police station, and Zoom. By the way, did you know? I never noticed this before. Did you know Zoom has really long sharp claw nails? I never noticed that till this episode. I've noticed it
all the time.
I had no idea. I was like, whoa, when did the claws show up?
But it turns out Zoom recruits a bunch of metahumans, whether they're from Earth 2 or Earth 1 or both. Who knows? But I know that Black Siren's in there. Yeah,
gave Caitlin the ultimatum. Says, if you're still here when I come back, I know you're with me. If you're not, I know you're with your friends. But I'm going to show you the same amount of mercy that I'm going to show them, which isn't going to be much. But yeah, when he walks over the ledge and nothing but metahumans.
There was a green Human Torch.
I saw that.
It was I paused it and I was looking at each one. I'm like, oh my god.
Did you see
Black Siren? She wasn't in it.
Oh, it was okay.
But I seen her in this.
Yeah, I know that she's coming for next episode. Overall, good episode. Like I said, just that metahuman side subplot was just kind of goofy.
Yeah.
So
we're on a home stretch. So.
Yeah, this is it, man. 2 more episodes. I cannot wait to see how this ends now, because now that Barry's got that confidence and hopefully enough closure with his mom, that he can kick ass and take names.
He will. I believe he will. Or something will happen where Barry goes missing.
Oh, God.
We'll see.
Crisis. Here it comes. All right, guys. That's it for our Flash recap for Worlds Collide. I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Later.